What a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Tony. I had no idea that there was a Hawaii Shakespeare Festival.
There's been a Hawaii Shakespeare Festival for 20 years now. We're going into our 20th season, but we're small, and so we're still kind of a secret from a lot of people. Yeah.
You're the best kept secret. Tell us a little bit more about this 20-year journey.
So we started sort of on a whim. Two friends of mine and I, R. Kevin Garcia Doyle and Harry Wan III, who's the artistic director of Kumakahua Theater. And we'd all directed some Shakespeare, and we'd all taken classes from Terry Knapp at UH Manoa, and he instilled in us an incredible love of Shakespeare. And we were thinking, hey, we should all direct a Shakespeare play at the same time. We set that up, and that was just as a one-off festival. We called it the Summer Shakespeare Festival. And that went so well, we said, hey, we should make this a regular thing. We should do it every year. And that's how the Hawaii Shakespeare Festival was born.
Now, is performing arts and drama your background?
Not at all, no. I was a math major in school and then a computer programmer for a number of years. Hated my job, moved to Hawaii, and stumbled into theater because I wanted to do something that was as radically different as anything I had ever done before. I was looking for a complete change of life. And I took an acting class with Megan Evans that changed my life. I got out of that class. It was the most fun I've ever had. I've been doing theater ever since. So. And
I'm sure you discovered that it is your life.
It is. Oh yeah, it is.
So when we talk about theater, it's a little bit daunting for some people who are shy, or especially in Hawaii when we may not be that, I guess, familiar.
I think theater can be. I think you go to see a polished production, and there's people who've been doing it for years, and they tap and they sing and they act, and you're just like, I could never do that. But nobody starts there. Everybody starts at the beginning somewhere. And some people start when they're 6, and so they have a lot of experience on you. But I started when I was 30, and I was painfully shy before I started doing theater. I was awkward. And theater really helps with that. And a big part of that was this introductory class that it's not about, let's make you as good as you can be, as fast as you can be. It's like, let's just have fun. Let's explore. Let's play some theater games. Let's see what this is all about. It was a wonderful introduction. So, yeah.
And what a concept to have fun and make money while at the same time.
I didn't say there's any money in it.
Well, we look at downtown, and now the intent to revitalize and attract more local people, but also to bring back the energy and the history of downtown.
Yeah.
How does your festival contribute to that?
So we've been based out of the Arts at Mars Garage since 2007, and we haven't actually done a show there since the pandemic started. It's a beautiful space. It's very small. It's intimate, and I think that's well suited to Shakespeare, what we do. You really come close to the actors. You get to hear every word. You have a strong connection with the performers, but nobody wants that during the pandemic. So last season we did all our shows online, and this season we're doing 2 shows online and 1 outdoors at Hawaiian Mission Houses. So.
Can you share with us a little bit more about Shakespeare and how undaunting he really was? Because the language is so unfamiliar to us.
It is, and a lot of people say, Old English, I never, and it's not, here's the trick. Shakespeare's not Old English, it's modern English, technically. And it's just a little bit of unfamiliar grammar and unfamiliar vocabulary. It is daunting. I was daunted. I hated Shakespeare growing up. I took a Shakespeare class and just thought this is the worst. And then I took this class, after I got excited about acting, I took this class with Terry Knapp. Actually, he cast me in a production of Merry Wives of Windsor, and I fell in love with it. Because when you do Shakespeare, it's a completely different experience than reading it in an English class. Shakespeare was meant for the stage. It's not meant to be just, you stare at these rhyming couplets, and just the accents, and you're just like, your eyes swim. But if you get up there and do it, it's about people who want things from each other. It's about sword fights and action and court intrigue, and it's gripping stuff. And the best way to appreciate it is to do it. So how can someone become involved? Well, we have auditions that are open auditions every season, done for this season, but next season we'll be doing 4 days of auditions again. And we always encourage beginners, and we always cast beginners, because our mission is to make Shakespeare accessible to the people of Hawaii. And again, the best way to appreciate Shakespeare is to do Shakespeare. Second best way is to see Shakespeare. Worst way is to just read Shakespeare. So we cast beginners every season. We cast high school students, we cast adults who have never done Shakespeare before, who have never acted in a play before. alongside experienced actors. And that mix of beginners and professionals is really exciting. The beginners bring a lot of energy and excitement, and the professionals act as sort of mentors to the younger people, the less experienced people. And we have large casts, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
So what suggestion or inspiration or motivation can you give to the schools relative to our teachers, parents, relative to integrating Shakespeare in our lives?
I mean, if you're a drama teacher, you're all set. You know what to do. If you're an English teacher and you're tasked with teaching Shakespeare, I would do everything in my power to bring it to life. Bring in an actor, bring in a show off clips of performances, get some fight demos happening, some dance, anything like that. I mean, really bring the characters to life, make the students do it, have them even get up there and stumble through some iambic pentameter, because then they feel like what it's like to say those lines, and it means so much more than to just read them or hear someone else say them.
So what's one of your favorite lines?
One of my favorite lines, I see if I can quote this accurately. This is something that Hotspur says to his wife as he's about to go off to battle. And she's worried that she's never going to see him again. And he says, you know, I'm going to war, but then you'll come after us. Whither I go, you go too. So.
Well, I think that's the perfect punctuation mark for this conversation. You know, that as Shakespeare goes, as your festival goes, we should follow.
Thank you so much.
You've just had the pleasure of getting to know Tony Pisculli with the Hawaiʻi Shakespeare Festival.